Welcome back to my channel, guys. We are going to be making this curry goat, and if you want to know how, stay tuned because we're jumping right in. So I got my curry goat from the market. I cut it down from the original size because the pieces were just a little big for my liking. I soaked it in some vinegar and I also trimmed the additional fat. Now I'm going to begin seasoning here with some seasoning salt. You can also just use regular salt because I add some of that right here too, just because I'm not the biggest Lawry's person. So put some regular salt in there, and then I went ahead in with some garlic powder. I'm going to go ahead in with some onion powder. And then after that onion powder, I'm then going to go ahead here and I'll be adding in a couple pimento seeds or allspice, however you are familiar with them. And then I'm going to go in with some black pepper. After the black pepper, I'm going to go ahead in with some dried thyme. If you have fresh thyme, do feel free to go ahead and add that. I had dried thyme, so that's what I used. Now, we're going to go ahead here with some curry powder. I'm using Chiefs. I don't know, it's kind of like the trendy go-to. If you prefer another type of curry powder, do feel free, but I use Chiefs. They do have some that are specifically for duck and goat, but I'm just using the standard one here. I'm going to go ahead in with some garlic or garlic, as you guys like to call it. If you want to chop up some fresh garlic, please do feel free. Now, in addition, what you see me adding here, that orange sauce looking thing that we're putting on top, there is some Haitian épices, which is the Haitian version of seasoning. So if you do have traditional green seasoning on hand, you can definitely go ahead and use that at this point in time. So I'm going to go ahead, once I've gotten all of those things added, I'm going to add my chicken seasoning in here, or Knorr's Maggi powder, however you are familiar with the name. I'm going to add some chicken seasoning in there. And then I'm going to go in with my fresh things. So my fresh things I'm going to be adding in here are going to be a full onion. I'm going to go ahead and add in some scallion. I chopped up some Scotch bonnet here in its totality and added that. If you don't like your food really spicy, I would say leave the Scotch bonnet out, or maybe just don't cut it all the way up so that your meat and your pot is going to be soaking up that heat throughout the entire cooking process. I would say if you're not much of a fan, you can really just leave it out altogether. But personally, I do think that some heat in curry goat is really like a major key. So I'm going to go ahead now, and as I mixed that up, I saw that I felt like this could use a little bit more curry powder, so I went ahead and added some more in. I included this in the footage just so you guys always remember to cook with your eyes and kind of use your instincts. So I felt like this needed some more curry based on looking at it, so I went ahead and added some more, and then I'm just going to go ahead and get this bagged up in a Ziploc so that this can marinate overnight. This is exactly what it looks like on the following day. We can see that those onions have become kind of translucent because they've just been sitting in that moisture all night. Now going right into my hot oil here with some more curry powder. This is the way I learned that you burn off the curry some before you go ahead and add your meat. So I'm going to go ahead and add my meat so that we can begin to get some of that good color on this goat, as well as seal in that flavor into our goat. Now, goat is a little trickier on the spectrum of meats to cook just because it can be gamey. So you really do want to make sure that you allow for some intense flavor to build up with your goat, and that you really give it a sufficient amount of time to cook, because the chewiness times the taste, that is just, I don't know. I feel like if you're here watching this video, maybe you're already a fan of goat, but we've all had a gamey goat. So I'm going to go in here, and with my meat into my oil, we're just taking this on a slow simmer so that it has some time to begin to build up some color as well as sweat. You guys will see that there's some liquid building up in the bottom of our pot here now. So with that liquid built up in the bottom of our pot, I'm going to go ahead and assist that with some boiling water that I have off to the side. And we're going to allow for this goat to go for maybe about a half hour, just because I want that natural liquid that was coming from the goat and that water I just added to mix up and really kind of turn into something before we throw this meat here into our pressure cooker for a half hour on high. Now here's my meat. After I've taken it back out of the pressure cooker, I've added some potatoes to my pot. And this is what that's going to look like, guys. We really want to just give this enough time because our goat is pretty soft and tender at this point. But we're going to give this about another 30 or 40 minutes so that our sauce thickens to what we see here. You see our potatoes are soft. Our goat is broken down. This was so tender and so good, guys. I hope that you guys give it a try because it truly is not as daunting as you may think. Here is our curry goat. Let me know down in the comments what you guys thought. Thanks for stopping. Bye.